When you're so passionate and you're willing not to take no for an answer and you're not going to give up, you're going to keep going, it's going to ward off any spirit of fear that's around you, in you. I don't even like people around me with a negative spirit. How am I going to figure this out? Oh, we can't do it. I don't even like the word can't. I don't even like that word because in my head, I can do anything. And you need to have that same mentality as well, because you can do anything as long as that passion is there, the perseverance, that intensity, that zeal that's in your belly to keep going, to make your brand up a level. That's where that comes in at.
Welcome back to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast with daily on-the-go episodes packed with testimonies and business tips to help you create financial freedom through entrepreneurship. Hosted by the owner of Fracassi Lashes and the Blow Dry Lounge, the Beauty Boss Millionaire herself, Falicia Fracassi.
Welcome back to Beauty Boss Millionaire. I'm your host, Falicia Fracassi, and the objective of today's episode is really just to go over what it's like to have this passion and this perseverance, because that's really also what's going to help you make these millions. The word passion is the strong desire that is barely controllable to be successful. It's like this emotion, this intense drive, feeling to keep going. I know that I had this passion in my heart when I just knew I did not want to be broke. I didn't believe that my life called me to be broke. And I knew that there was more than just a regular 9-to-5. Passion can also be looked at as this perseverance and this intensity and this zeal and being zealous, because this is what it comes down to. How much passion do you have? I remember watching this interview, I believe it was with Jazzy. And he was explaining how, these rappers, they were like doing the same thing as him. It was like all these rappers were out around the same time. I think it was like DMX was out, Jay-Z, and there was like another really big rapper who I can't even remember. And that just goes to show you the point of the story. But someone in the interview kept on saying that that's the difference between a regular person and someone that's very passionate. The passionate person is the one that's going to keep on going. The passionate person is not going to stop and get comfortable. You know how you hear these singers come out and they have like a one-hit wonder and then you don't hear anything else about them? Maybe they just chose to stop recording. Maybe they just said, you know what, I made my first X amount of dollars and that's it. That was it for them. But then there's someone that keeps on going, that's behind them, that's even more passionate, that's more crazy, that's more driven than them. Those are the ones we remember. Michael Jackson, he got up every single day from a child up until when he died, up until the This Is It tour, and he was up rehearsing. He went through so much adversity and he got back up. He went through so many accusations and he got back up. He went through the press, the media, the scandals, and this man got back up every time to keep on going in rehearsal. Those rehearsals are no joke. I actually sat in on a rehearsal from some celebrities, and I'm actually shocked on what they have to do just to remembering every single move, when to turn, when to go up, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, that is true passion. And the same thing in your business. You're going to have this level of passion. And I actually want to tell you something that you probably don't realize. Passion can stem from being competitive, and it's really good that you are competitive in this business. A lot of times it's looked at as a bad thing, as, don't be competitive. No, you have to be competitive in your industry to stay ahead, because you have to always be inventing and reinventing yourself. You always have to be reinventing your business. I've been in business for over 13 years, and we're still number one. People still love us. People still come and spend thousands of dollars. Just one person yesterday spent $1,000 in our store. We have people that spend this all the time in a day. So it's like this competitive spirit is actually a good thing. I'll just say this for the room. You have to be competitive in business. And if you really want to go really far, you have to be extremely competitive in business, because that's what makes the difference between you and a mom and pop shop and a national chain. That's what makes the difference between just a one brand locally and a brand that goes nationally. That passion, that competitiveness is what's going to keep you propelling, keep you going. And, it keeps you pursuing that success in the face of adversity. Another thing that passion does is the investors, they find you more attractive because they see how crazy you are and how you keep going. I remember taking a meeting with this old white man. His name is Bill. So he had heard about me and he had heard about my business through another friend. And he's like, well, let's have a meeting. And here I am going to get some money because, I always just was self-funded. I always just did it myself. And he was like, well, let's meet. So the guy looked at me and he was asking me like a million questions. He grilled me so bad. He was like, well, how long you had your business? And then that. And he was looking through my numbers. And like this guy, by the way, is a multi-million. He's friends with Tom Golisano. Tom Golisano is a man that started Paychecks, a billionaire who lives in Naples and lives in Rochester. And they're actually neighbors. So anyways, so they're sitting there and they're like, he's talking to me about my business, and I'm just looking at this little old white man like, wow, this guy's probably seen so much. And he was just, the stuff he said was just like so different. Like the things that he said, you could tell his passion is still there. Here he is, multi-millionaire. I mean talking about a lot of millions, like almost a billionaire, sitting there and just asking me questions about myself, what I'm doing. And he actually even took a trip. He had his driver drive to my store in the Greece Mall and just walked around the store. I remember calling the girls like, this store better be perfect when he comes in. They were all like scrambling around the store when he walked in. It was so funny. But it was so nice to see this man come in. And he said, you know what? I must tell you, you are one of the most amazing entrepreneurs that has been so passionate and so persistent for never having an investor. He said, you are absolutely amazing. And he's like, how long you been in business? And I was telling him, he's like, wow, you've never had a loan or anything? I said, nope. I've always been self-funded. I always bootstrapped it. He said, wow, you are a passionate person. And I remember that word. He kept on using it. And to this day, I just am so grateful that that man ended up writing me a check. I think literally like a week or two later, after just going through all my bank accounts, my business, and he was like, here you go. He was like, this check is going to help you to be able to rest and relax a little bit and also just take some pressure off you. And I remember his accountant actually cut the check and they sent me this really nice card afterwards. And he said, I hope this check will make you make billions. And I remember when I read it, it meant a lot to me. And I was just like crying because this man didn't know me from anywhere. And he was my first investor that invested into my brand. And it just meant a lot to me. And it just, to this day, it still means a lot to me because it helped catapult me to the next level. So when you are so passionate, these investors find you more attractive. Secondly, your passion will overcome all fears of failure. When you're so passionate and you're willing not to take no for an answer and you're not going to give up, you're going to keep going, it's going to ward off any spirit of fear that's around you, in you. I don't even like people around me with a negative spirit. And I really mean that. That's why I couldn't date certain people. That's why I couldn't be around certain people with a lower mentality. If their level of mentality was, how am I going to figure this out? Oh, we can't do it. I don't even like the word can't. I don't even like that word because in my head, I can do anything. And you need to have that same mentality as well because you can do anything as long as that passion is there, the perseverance, that intensity, that zeal that's in your belly to keep going, to make your brand from where it is now, to take it to a few notches, up a level. That's where that comes in at. And lastly, passion will give you that motivation to persevere. I've been through so much in my little life. I mean, I'm serious. I meant from raising kids that weren't mine, my father being an alcoholic, my mom not, she just did her best. I always give her credit because she did her best, consider what was given to her. And she was complacent in her life. And that's okay. Some people, they burn out. They don't want to keep doing all this stuff in life. I look at myself and I say to myself, I am literally crazy. And I'm going to use that word crazy because I will not stop for anything. I won't stop. I'll go to the ends of the earth to make it happen. There's going to be times where your friends are out all enjoying their weekly checks, going on vacations, and you're going to be sitting there at midnight scrolling Facebook or Instagram like, dang, why am I not there? Oh, how come I can't spend money? Oh, dang, I can't buy this Gucci. I can't buy this Prada Fendi because you're investing in your business because what you're doing is going to sustain you for long-term success. So don't get stressed out. Don't get sad. Don't give up because that passion is what's going to keep you sustained. It's like building the foundation, and it's what will keep you being successful long-term, year after year after year after year. So keep on going. Keep on fighting. Keep on having that intensity. Keep on working day and night. Don't give up. Don't get distracted. Stay focused, please. We're going to talk a little bit about that up next. Thanks for tuning in to Beauty Boss Millionaire with Falicia Fracassi.
That's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast. And don't forget to follow the Beauty Boss Millionaire, Falicia Fracassi, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Beauty Boss Millionaire.
Also, if these are really helpful, please review, rate, and share, or just send the link to someone who may need this. Do you have unwanted facial hair or underarm hair? Don't wax, don't tweeze. Stop in Fracassi Lashes and ask for laser hair removal. 6 sessions for only $200 for the lip or chin. Bikini and underarm only $300. Fracassi Lashes in the gray small, 225 lash. All technicians are laser certified and overseen by Dr. Gary's.